What's up, guys? It's your boy James, aka 6-8Jay, coming to you on this amazing Monday evening. And I've got some legendary people, ambassadors to be exact, and I'm really, really excited as we have an incredible show set up for you guys today. Before we get started, guys, what I'm going to be doing is we might have some people that actually jump in the call. We have some links that are out there as far as that was just sent out. So if people come in, it's all good. We'll keep the party rolling. Now, this call is set up to get to know the ambassadors, get to know everyone that's a part of this amazing opportunity with Shakaka coin. We're really, really excited. I'm going to go around, guys, here in the circle. From what I can see here in the circle, I'm going to edify each person, let them say a couple things about themselves in a couple minutes. Then we're going to get into why Shakaka was created. And then we're going to ask some questions to the one and only Mike O, who brought a crazy saying, this crazy word that I was trying to substitute for SHI, you know what, called Shakaka to life. And so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to get started, starting with the one and only. I'll start here with Cassius Cuvée. And the way I know Cassius Cuvée, and one of the reasons he was asked to be an ambassador, number one, is he's well out there as far as in the crypto space. He's done some things with BitBoy. He's made songs for some of the most, some of the biggest names in the crypto space. He's been on CNBC. They've had Fox News, just a bunch of people after him as far as his talent. They've had him throw bars and rap on live and things like that. But what's more important than that is he is actually brilliant when it comes to crypto. So I respect him in a major way. We've been able to connect. He's invited me to several crypto events where he's gotten me tickets. Just the time didn't add up, but just a phenomenal guy, crypto enthusiast, and I got a lot of respect for him. Cassius, go ahead and tell us, if you don't mind, in a couple minutes, just a little bit about yourself and how long you've been in this space.
Oh, thanks, Jay, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm Cassius Cuvée. I'm a recording artist from Oakland. And, I've been a recording artist for many years, but I found crypto in 2021. I was trading first in the stocks. And, I really dove in deep, in blockchain and everything like that. Started a show called Poppin' Crypto with Cassius Cuvée, bring on founders and CEOs of different Web3 projects and spit a custom rap song about each project. And then we go into the interview. 2022, that was 2022. And then 2023, start making music videos. But now I know like a lot of the top influencers stuff. And actually, I was going to tell you too, next week, actually tomorrow, I'm flying to LA on the show Killer Whales Season 2. I'm one of the guests to Altcoin Daily on the VIP set. So I'm going to be on the set there. So, we'll see if I can get Shakaka coin a shout out when I'm on the set hanging out with the other influencers for Killer Whales too. But appreciate everybody who's here. I just want to say Jay is a real one. I've been in this space. I know a lot of people in this space. Not everybody is on the up and up and really solid and does what they say they're going to do. Jay's a real one. So that's why I'm here.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. And we're going to come back to you with some questions as well. Next will be Ryan Loof. And I've known Ryan for, I don't know, would you say at least 15 years or so, Ryan? It's been at least that long?
Yeah, something like that. I think we first met like in 2010.
Yeah. So, and it's been a while. And Ryan's journey has been absolutely incredible. He's a huge inspiration, not only to myself. I had him on the show. One of the very first interviews that we had, I believe at one point they gave Ryan a few weeks or so to live. And he defied all that. He had cancer in the latter stages. And he defied all doctors, went on this holistic run, and been inspiring people all over the world. Just absolutely incredible. He's in remission. He plays pickleball worldwide. He's got a brilliant son who I've got a lot of respect for. Mike and I talked to him. Lovely family. Ryan, if you don't mind, just say a couple words about how we know each other. And we'll go from there.
Thanks, James. Yeah, James, you and I met through a networking company briefly, really. I wouldn't say we had a chance to deepen our relationship back then. Just kind of stayed in touch off and on through social media over the years. I was pretty public with my, cancer journey. It was 2015 when I was diagnosed with stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Was told there was no cure. The cancer was going to kill me, that I had 3 months to live. It was a 2.5-year journey. I visited multiple countries. I spent over $350,000 of my own money trying to get to, what was the real issue. Fortunately, I found a path to heal myself. I've been cancer-free now over 6 years. I haven't been to an oncologist, a regular doctor, or had a scan since April of 2018. And what's crazy is most people think I look younger now than I did 10 years ago. But I'm 44, married to my high school sweetheart, Caroline, 28 plus years. We have 4 children. My oldest son is an incredible human. He's into crypto. He launches his own meme coins. He's done multiple 6 figures just in the last 90 days. It's pretty remarkable. He lives on his own here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where we live. And then, of course, I have a 14-year-old daughter, 12-year-old son, and 2.5-year-old son. We love playing pickleball, but in 2021, I actually reached out to James about a different business opportunity, and he responded very graciously and just said, man, I'm retired. I've done very well in the crypto space. Ironically, about 5 months prior to this, I had started buying Bitcoin and Ethereum every single week through automatic draft and was just slowly accumulating. A good friend of mine finally convinced me, dude, you got to get started in crypto. And of course, the universe then brought me James, flew out to Vegas, spent a few days at his house, got to experience, for real, who he was, what he knew, everything that he had been able to learn. And that started my journey. I have probably put in easily 1,000 hours, I would say, maybe more, trying to understand blockchain and nodes and projects and crypto and all the things. And it's basically all I do. I live, breathe, eat, sleep it, other than when I'm with my family or, having fun playing pickleball. And I'll tell you guys, I think crypto is spiritual. I think it represents who we are at the core of human beings and our DNA that calls for us to be free and autonomous and do good in the world. Yes, I understand. Just like with anything, people can abuse anything, and that's always going to exist. But if you've tried meme coins before and haven't had success, I would just invite you to see this from an opportunity to reshape your perspective around people who are wanting to be in front of you, show you who we are, tell you about our lives, let you see us, and maybe this time you can participate and change the narrative around what happens when you get involved in a meme coin. So I'm honored to be a part of the ambassador team. I'm happy to be here, and I'm just excited about where the world is headed and any part that I can play in that to make it a better place. Awesome.
Good stuff. Crypto Navigator, someone who I've met since I've been in this space, absolutely incredible, has his own show that he goes live typically on Wednesdays. Just a real good guy, crypto enthusiast. And we were very honored to ask him to be a part of our ambassador team. So Crypto Navigator, in a couple minutes, if you can just let everyone know who you are, and we'll get on to the next person so we can get started.
Hard to follow up from Ryan. That was right on, brother. Very passionate about what you do. I really appreciate you sharing all that. And I would say hard to follow up from that because I've been in the space for about 4 years. James and I have mutual friends in the community, and James has been in multiple other communities that I've been a part of in my 4-year journey of being in blockchain. My situation, I got in very fortunate to work with some people that got into blockchain early on. So I had enough time to investigate what I was putting my money into. So I got in right around 2000, going into 2001. So I think it was a great opportunity for me at the time because I got an opportunity of seeing what money could be made. But at the same time, now that it's been about 4 years, I've had the opportunity to go through a whole bear market. And, one of the greatest things that I tell everybody is you were pointing on it, Ryan. You learn faith. You learn how to believe in something you cannot touch, taste, smell, feel. And that's something that most people just really can't get a hold of. And, being in blockchain for many years, if you can't hold on, you're just not going to make it. And, most of us have been here this long, have realized, we've gone through all the emotions that one could go through in investing. The first year you get into blockchain, you're really emotional, and you don't know how to separate those emotions because you're used to, things going your way or whatever. And when they don't, you have to depend on what's inside of you, what you built. And if you haven't built anything, you're going to learn it in this blockchain space. So for most of us here, we really have learned a lot. And being in a community that we're in right here has taught a lot of patience. And I could not have done it, sum it all up, without a community like this.
Appreciate it.
Support you in that long term. So
appreciate you very much
for being here, and a lot of people that have been here along the way.
Appreciate you, my brother. Next up is Optimistic Prime, someone that I met. For those of you guys don't know, on our Crypto for Life channel, we started something called Ladies Night, and we've had some incredible interviews. If you guys get a chance, make sure you go over and check out our Crypto for Life page. I don't know if I could bring that up real quick. And so you'll actually see the streaming if you guys want to catch this, or if for those of you guys who are watching right now want to share this link with family, friends, or whoever, you can go over to our Crypto for Life page. It's actually showing live, and you can also go over to our X page, which is also let's see if I can put the link in here, live. So if you go down right now, you can actually see that we're live, and you should be able to share this if I'm not mistaken. Let's see here. Yeah, so you can see that everyone there is live, and feel free to go ahead and copy and share that link with everyone as well. So next up is, again, Optimistic Prime. She's one of the stars of our Ladies Night. I don't think she's missed one, maybe one in the whole time that we've done it, but she's been very, very reliable. I appreciate her. Very brilliant mind, highly respected throughout the crypto community. And her heart and passion was something that me and Mike talked about, and said, man, it's funny because even my wife said, man, if you're going to get somebody to be an ambassador, that needs to be Optimistic Prime. So I'm really, really excited to have you on board, sis. If you don't mind just talking about in a couple minutes your journey on how we met, and we'll get to the next person. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks so much. I met Jay because Maya and Chris were interviewed for XRP Unleashed, and Maya had a suggestion of having Ladies Night. They had sort of started it. They had started a version of it over on TikTok, but it hadn't really picked up speed yet, and they were really busy. So she made a suggestion to Jay, and when Jay asked who she suggested to be on it, she mentioned my name, which I was really flattered about. So I was there the first week with an hour notice, right after work, and yeah, I've been on every show you've had for Ladies Night ever since. I definitely appreciated the few weeks you didn't have it and having Fridays off. I got into crypto. I heard about Bitcoin years and years ago, but like maybe even like 8-9 years ago, but my friend wouldn't tell me how to get it.
Wow.
So I just like chilled out about that. And then when the whole GameStop thing happened, I realized that maybe it was easier than it had been in the past. So I started looking into different methods of like, could I just put $100 on, and could I get this thing called Doge? And so yeah, so I've been in since probably, I guess, 2021. But I'm building a humanitarian project mostly on Stellar and XRP. So I actually hadn't opened my MetaMask wallet in 2.5 years. And I did for Shakaka coin. So I went back and I found money that was there from 2.5 years ago. So it was a great win for me. And I'm here for, the fact that I'm, on Ladies Night with Jay is really a privilege for me. It's really nice to have people actually care what I have to say. And I was going to talk about it anyways, God knows. So I was really flattered to be invited. And then when I was on the ambassador call and just saw who was behind Jay and all of you, I just thought, this means something. Community means something. So yeah, I'm honored to be here, and I'm looking forward to this journey.
Thank you so much, sis, and we're honored to have you. For those of you guys that are watching now, nearly 300 people in just 13 minutes. We appreciate you guys both on X and on YouTube. With Optimistic Prime, one of the things that's really exciting for us is just, again, her passion and what she brings to the table. And I was talking to Brooke about you, and she's just like, man, Optimistic is so excited about what's going on with Shakaka, so we're supposed to be talking tomorrow, so that's amazing. Next is David Adams, and this guy, man, my relationship with him is not as long as maybe Mike Owens, which is 30 years, or Frankie Legend. It's been probably 15 years since, because he was my wife's best friend since 8th grade. You guys will get to know him in a second. There's other ambassadors that are in our group, and we go back, many, many, many years. But when I met Dave and Josh, it was during my crypto journey. I'm gonna specifically say Dave because I know he's in communication with Josh right now. But I moved out. We started our journey. We left California. We came into Vegas for a year, then went to Sonoma County for a year. And during that time, I was in a small, very nice area in wine country. And I Googled, what is there to do in this area in crypto? And this event came up that Dave and Josh were having. And I won't get too much into that, but what I'll say is I met those guys, and it instantly became two of my really good friends, and a lot of love for them and their families. And Dave is a 10-year, he's been with the Highway Patrol service in the Bay Area for about 10 years, and just really excited to have him on. And I was kind of fighting the whole thing of having a YouTube channel, and because I spent most of my life on some of the biggest stages around the world being in business, and I kind of tell my story in a little bit, but they said, if you want to do it, we'll help you set it up. I gave them a credit card, and the rest was history. They ordered everything. They came to my place. They set it all up. And this channel and everything I've done for the last 17, 18 months is because of them. So appreciate you, Dave. And if you don't mind telling everybody about yourself.
Yeah, my name is Dave. Like you said, I love hosting events. It's one of the things I love. I love getting people together. Like I got big plans for the Shakaka community to host events and stuff, because I think getting together in person is just huge for building relationships. But yeah, Jay showed up to the brewery we were hosting the party at, and we hit it off real quick. We've been friends ever since. But yeah, I've been in the crypto space since a little bit before Doge got popular. I was able to get into Doge back before it went super mainstream, which is nice, but I cashed out too early on that one. I should have held. But yeah, I'm excited to actually be a part of a token or coin that starts with people that I know and trust. It's huge. I've been scammed and rug pulled more times than I can count, and I've learned a lot from those mistakes. And I think Shakaka coin will be a good starting point, knowing that those things won't happen.
Exactly. Yeah, I appreciate it. And I'll also bring up Josh, who was supposed to be on the call. He's actually one of Dave's best friends. And he's the other guy that I met out there. He's a 25-year-old veteran with a 23-year veteran, I'm sorry, with I believe he works in the Sonoma County area as well as a firefighter. And he was supposed to be on the call, but unfortunately he is just coming back from fighting the California fires that are going up there right now. So Dave actually messaged him to be on the call, and he says, man, I'm on my way back right now. So he's in the fire truck. That would have been one heck of a call.
Yeah,
hearing that pretty loud. So shouts out to Josh. And for some reason, if he jumps on while we're on this call, that'd be awesome for him to come in and say hello. Next person is Frankie Legend. Frankie's an amazing friend, somebody that I realized was, when I was dating my wife, we met, and I said, man, this guy is pretty cool, and got to know him. He was my wife's best friend when we first started dating, and we've been friends throughout the years. He's a very brilliant guy, father, crypto entrepreneur. And so, Frankie, if you could tell people a few things about yourself in a couple minutes, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, thanks for the introduction, Jay. It's good to see everyone here on the Zoom call for the show. So as far as my crypto journey, it really was just kind of word of mouth. People, having success stories with XRP when it was like fractions of a cent. Other people with Doge. I think Doge that story of Doge. I was working out in the gym and I heard a guy talking about how he invested into Doge. I think he put $40, and at the time it turned into 4,000 roughly or so. I was like, wow. So I started really kind of looking into crypto, via YouTube and different influencers, and then got into it. I want to say at the peak of 2021, and then kind of made some profits and lost some profits, held on too long. So I was excited to go through the bear market and really research some new projects and things like that. This bear market, I found Caspa less than 4 cents. So I've held on to that. So that's a good find. Had some success with some soul memes, and was able to increase my soul amount recently. And reconnected with Jay. They were living out of town and out of country for a while. So once I reconnected with him and understood his success with crypto, kind of looked up to him, followed his channel, and kind of, if you want to be successful, you have to surround yourself with successful people. And luckily, this channel and this community provides that opportunity for us. So happy to be on board.
Absolutely. Appreciate you, brother. And so before I get into the next person, I'm going to go ahead and tell my story and journey. I'm going to try to do it as fast as I can. Got into crypto in 17, background as professional basketball business guy, owned everything from a professional basketball team, car lots, cell phone stores, record labels, invested in movies. All these things can be validated by the guy who's coming up next. We followed each other's journey. We've known each other for 20-something-year-old guys who both started car lots in California. That's how we actually met at an auction. And from there, just been the best of friends. And so, but got into crypto in 17, just got tired of traveling the world as a speaker, and made a lot of mistakes. A lot of people hear me talk about having a plan is because I got wrecked. I got destroyed. I had to learn the hard way. I was excited at times to make a couple $100,000, realizing that I left 1 point something million on the table at times of trading. And so when I first started trading, that was where my passion was at. Quickly got out of that. And once I realized that it was about studying each project and coming up with a plan, a $70, $20, $10 cost average in, a $25, $50 cost average out. That changed me and my wife's life. And from that moment, 4 years ago, we started on this journey of traveling the world. We agreed that after raising our kids, we would spend a year anywhere we wanted to. So the first place was supposed to be Ecuador. We flew back, got everything set up. Before we went to Ecuador, she said, hey, let's go to Hawaii. Ended up in Hawaii a year. Came to visit a friend in Vegas, spent a year here, went to Sonoma County, met Dave, and then we just came back out to Vegas, which is where I'm at now with Mike. And so we started this channel about 17 months ago. And I really didn't want to do it, but I decided to go ahead and do it because I was getting sick and tired of watching people shill crap. I was sick and tired of my family getting wrecked, my friends getting wrecked, people not taking accountability. And I wasn't one of those guys that wanted to start YouTube to try to figure out how to be something. I was something before YouTube, but I said, if I can get on here and really just spread the truth about what it really is and keep it 100 in all that I do, then, this would be fun. We started this journey. We got a Crypto for Life family. And throughout that time, I never wanted to put down any project. So I started saying this word Shakaka. I didn't want to say shitcoin, which a lot of people say. I didn't want to offend anyone's project. So I would always say Shakaka. Then I started doing here recently a bunch of interviews with some of the most brilliant people in crypto. I mean, some amazing interviews. And I would see lawyers like Madam Lawman come on and say, hey, James, Shakaka. And I'm like, huh? And I would see people like, Digital S, Brad Kimes say, James, Shakaka. And everyone's coming on my show kind of joking about this saying. My friend Mike hits me up one day and he goes, James, I've heard Shakaka more than I care to, and maybe we should do something with that. And we've talked about some things. Me and Mike right now are actually invested in a movie that we're getting ready to fly out in about a month to start filming in Canada and in Chicago. This would be my fourth movie that I've been a part of. We got some really big name actors and some really big name artists that's going to be in it. We can't talk about everything right now. And a movie that I actually wrote that will be following that. So we got so much stuff going on from a business perspective. Me and Mike do a lot of things business-wise. And so Mike is been very fortunate in his life to create multi-million-dollar businesses. He still have them here in Vegas and in California, and was quickly able to establish himself in a very high level with crypto fast. And so, he says, hey, I got this idea about you're saying Shakaka. He goes, what if we started something that would benefit people and ran it the right way? And so at first we were both a little hesitant because we realized that our names is everything, our family, our reputations, all the things we've done in our lives. But we said, you know what, if we can go out there and we can buy into other people's coins, if we can go out there and someone is trying to enter, I'm sorry guys, hold on a second. Somebody's trying to get in the studio. Is that what's going on? So I just got a message here. And so we decided that if we could start something with a for us, by us mindset, many of us, if you're watching this, if you've been in crypto for any time, you've been a part of different memes. And I would say me personally, I've probably seen 90% of the memes, or maybe even 95 that I've gotten into gone. I mean, certain things that at one point, even in 2021, got into the tens of thousands of dollars and they're gone. And so I quickly realized that, you have to be careful in that space. When Mike and I started talking, I said, man, it sure would be good. The fact that we trust all these people's meme projects. We don't know who they are. We don't know what country they're in. We don't know anything about them. But you know what? I know you and you know me. And I know some pretty amazing people in this space. And so even for the ambassadors that you guys see here now, we've got 20 ambassadors. With the Shakaka coin group right now, 20. So out of the maybe 8 that you see now, there's 12 others that are not here. Anywhere from Josh, who's out there fighting fires, to other people that might be at work or whatever. And I see a couple of them here in a group holding it down. So, but anyways, we decided to come together and start this coin. We wanted to make sure we built it the right way, with integrity, make sure that we had a strong community. And then even with that community, have something or some type of group that the community could be accountable to, which I thought the ambassador group would be great. So the ambassadors we put together, and we handpick each person that's here and the other 12 that are not here based off of, who they are, what they mean to us, what they mean to their communities. And I thought that would just be so amazing to do that, because you've got people who are very reputable, people who are in it for the right reasons. And so we came up with this whole concept of Shakaka, for us, by us, for those who are, many of us started from nothing. We ended up fighting to achieve greatness in our lives. And I think that's what crypto is all about, right? Crypto is about people who want to find a way to dream again. And I think that was the motivation to why we started this project. And then we kind of put everything in place. So what I'm going to do at this point, guys, is introduce the guy who had the vision, the guy that came to me months ago. We've been talking about this, and finally we decided to pull the trigger. The one and only, my guy for 30 years, Mike O. What's up, Mike? How you doing, brother?
Hey, how's everybody going?
Doing great. So
Yeah.
really quickly, if I can, Mike O, again, is a business owner, businesses throughout California and Vegas, very well established. And Mike, if you don't mind telling us a little bit about yourself and your vision to, why'd you want to start this meme coin?
Sure. First, I wanted to give a shout out to the Wise, because they're smart as Shakaka, beautiful as Shakaka, and they've been dealing with our Shakaka for a little while here with this new project here. So I definitely wanted to mention that. And I also wanted to defer a little bit of my time about talking about who I am to say hello to everybody and point out a few things that I thought were important. Frankie, I think that we're twin souls in certain ways. I think that we both have a tendency to think before we talk. Less is more. I mean, I think that we both are cut from that same cloth. Ryan, your story is second to none with what you went through, and obviously what you have to offer us is going to be on a level that we may not be able to consider based on some of the things that you went through. Cassius Cuvée, I have this strong idea in my mind that, man, when you talk, people listen. So I am so happy to have you here. And if you have trust in James, then I definitely have trust in you. We'll just make it a full circle. Optimistic Prime, James and we cannot put our finger on it, because I think it's a moving target. But one thing that we know about you for sure is your energy, and your aura is something that if we leave it behind, we'll be missing the energy that we need for this project. So I am really appreciative of having you here. And Crypto Navigator, what you're preaching and what you're saying right now is dead on, as far as patience and having community to be in this together and holding on together and working through difficult times, because that's what I love about James's show, is that without anybody else, and you invest in crypto and you're on your own, I don't think that we have the mental fortitude to work our way through some of the highs and lows of this market. And what James has been able to provide is an outlet for us to relieve ourselves of the anxiety that we have through the highs and lows of this market. Because unlike the stock market, when this market starts to dump, people think it might go away. Totally. So it's good to have James here to be able to keep us grounded and keep us focused on the end goal and the end game. And that in itself tells you a little bit about who I am. I don't want to get into accolades and what I've accomplished. I'm just a listener. I'm listening to what the community has to offer. I'm listening to what the community needs. And like I had a conversation with James a few months back, and I said, what is my role in this? Because you have a show that's up and running. I'm not a person that's gonna jump on and be your co-star or your co-interviewer. I'm just your best friend that has desires to do better in life. And I had to kind of figure that out on my own. What is my place and what is my mission in all of this? Because I love the space. And that's when the opportunity, based on conversations and just listening, it brought me to the Shakaka idea that James has been preaching for a few years. So it's just a way for us to have a little fun. It's just a joke. Let's don't make it something that it's not. But it's something that we can give to the community, where the joke is not on the community. We are part of the laughter. We're laughing together. So with that, I can go on and on, but I'll defer back to James, and we can keep this thing going.
Don't forget about the sexiest guy, one of the sexiest people in the group, Dave Adams.
Oh, Dave. And, I'm sorry. I made a few notes to myself, but listen, I that's very important. And I said this the other day to Dave. It's Dave and Josh. I count them as one, but it actually equals 200%. But we play these games to connect the dots, and without those two, we wouldn't be on this, and literally, we would not be on this line together today because they assisted James in getting his YouTube channel started. And with all the information, the laughter, the commitment, and the dedication that James has had, it led us to this. It led us to this point where Dave and Josh's idea of helping James out came into fruition, where we're able to discover new ideas and other thought processes and bring people like me in that have different things to offer. So I love it and I appreciate it. And I will be apologizing to you for the next year for forgetting you when I was talking. So I apologize for that.
You're good.
So we'll go ahead and get started with it, Mike. I'm gonna go ahead and throw some questions at you, and then we can kind of get into why we chose the journey that we did. And so let's talk about, before we even get into the questions, people hear the word joke or it's a meme, which a lot of people don't realize that's what Doge started as. Doge started as this thing that had no intrinsic value. On their website, it says, it's a joke. It's not this, it's not that, until it wasn't. And if you look at it now, it's changed a lot of people's lives. It's got the attention of Elon Musk, one of the most wealthiest guys on the planet, that he even went on Saturday Night Live talking about this joke that these guys started. And then you look at a copycat like Shiba that's maintained the top 15 for so long. And I remember when Shiba came out, I grabbed a bunch of it. I mean, it's one of the things that really did well for me. It did very well for me. And it was just a copycat. Then this thing Pepe came out, and I said, man, this is just so stupid. And you look at that coin, and it's held its own in the top 25. And I'm just like, so, you start realizing that a lot of that is just, it's amazing communities, Mike, but there's also a lot of people who have one thing in common. They're dreaming for a better tomorrow. That's really what it comes down to. And unfortunately, you have people that don't mind robbing people from their dreams. And you have certain things out there in a very small percentage that will actually help those dreams come into fruition. So that's why I'm excited about this journey, because I can touch you guys, no pun intended, that I can reach out and call you guys. I know who you guys are. I know your hearts. I know where you're located. And I can't say I've ever known that about any meme or any project really that I've ever been a part of. I control nothing. And yet I believe, because I have to make sure that I do my due diligence. But with you guys, I don't know if there's one person on this screen that I can't say I don't have a certain amount of love for, friendship, I don't admire, or whatever the case may be, or we haven't had our own private conversation. So this means a lot to me. And once, we both signed off on it, we realized that it was something that we want to do long term. So first question for you is, what have you found to be interesting about the meme coin culture in comparison to our project? What's the difference?
Well, that's a difficult question, but I think it's just the dopamine rush that people are looking for in the meme community. That was a scary thought for me when we first decided to do this, because with the excitement, I felt the concern of people wanting to change their stripes and jump into something and get rich overnight, where in my mind, I had a different approach to it. So I wanted to look at it as something that was more consistent, that was not going to put people in a gambler's mindset. And like I had said earlier, I didn't want the joke to end up being something that's on the community, where we're laughing, but we're not laughing with our people. We're laughing at our people. That just didn't seem right for the vision of what we're trying to do.
Yeah, and one of the things that I talked about, I was on a phone call with someone earlier. We've talked to many people in this space, and we've had some coachings from some people in the meme coin community. And instead of taking everything they said, we kind of broke down a lot of things and realized there were things that they said that we liked, and there was a lot of things they said that we didn't like. And some of the things that we didn't like is this really fake vision or fake sense that they give a lot of people, as far as, they pitch dreams. I didn't know some of the numbers where some meme coins don't even make it past 72 hours. I had no idea. It was just shocking hearing some of the things that they said. And so we took some things that we wanted to implement, and we definitely realized things that we don't want to be a part of. And I think, for me, I learned a lot on those calls. Just talk about, if you don't mind, some of the things you do learn on those calls as we were learning about this whole process.
Well, I don't think that a lot of people in the meme culture mean any harm by what they do. They've just found an outlet to put people in a position where it's every man for themselves, so they can justify what they're doing and how they're doing it by looking at it as if you need to look out for your own back. I'm going to look out for mine. So I realize that there's a lot of smoke and mirrors, and in the meme community, they'll put up the optics to make things look exactly the way that other people want them to look in order for you to take that meme gamble on them, and they execute their plan to rug pulls. And from my research, it's up to 90% can go bad or rug pull within the first 48 hours, actually, James. And that could be due to numerous reasons. It may be because that was the plan in the first place. It might just be liquidity issues. It might be that the project never really actually got off the ground. But through this process, we want to just start checking off boxes. We've made it past the first 48 hours, so we're going to just try to continue along a path of a more consistent future for ourselves.
Well, you guys can see why I like Mike a lot, because he gives everyone the benefit of doubt. But there's a lot of scammers out there. There's a lot of people out there that in my opinion, believe have the wrong intentions, and they're out there devastating people's lives. I can't sugarcoat that at all. I've been around this thing since 17. I've seen a lot of people devastated. I remember one time when me and my wife, I think I told you about this, Dave, we went up to Sonoma County. We're at a karaoke place, and I walked in, and this guy was into crypto, and come to find out, him and a lot of his IT buddies were guys that were going around creating memes. He started naming off some memes that they purposely created and rug pulled. Remember I told you and Josh's story? And he named a meme that I was in. And it took everything inside of me, the Brooklyn inside of me, not to choke the guy out inside the place. I was like, wait a minute, I lost money in that thing, but I had to hold my tongue. But I was like, what a small world. And the fact that he was bragging, he was drunk, but he was bragging about that's literally what they did. They created all his memes, rug pulled people, and really didn't give a two craps about anybody they affected. So it was really disgusting to meet someone like that in person. And it really made me understand, the importance of making sure that you do the thing, things the right way. So here's a question. Why didn't we decide to do a pre-sale for our coin? Couldn't that have been more beneficial if we had went that route?
Oh man, I would have loved to do a pre-sale. I mean, that would have been extremely beneficial to us. I mean, for sure. I mean, and we could have, extended that pre-sale out for several weeks or a month or however long that we saw that benefit come to us. But the key to that, and the reason why I didn't think it was a great idea, is because that would have just been a benefit to us. And what I mean by that is we could have taken all of that pre-sale value that came in and just took it to be in the green, and then the project it launches, and we kind of lose a sense of urgency for it because we're just okay. So I didn't necessarily want to do that, but on the flip side of that, well, a lot of people are just going to take that pre-sale money and they're going to put it into liquidity, and I said, well, that's an option. We can do that. The only problem is when you're trying to build a solid community and you have a bunch of people that came in with in the pre-sale, then they don't have the same commitment to the community that the actual community that we want to build has. So what they're doing is waiting for the actual coin to go live so they can figure out when to dump it on the people that actually buy when we go live. So I just didn't see the benefit of that to the community. I saw a few benefits to ourselves. It seems like a lot of memes are set up that way, where they'll do the pre-sale. The person behind it may not have any money at all, but they utilize the money from the pre-sale to start a liquidity pool. They don't have any money in themselves invested in the actual project. And as soon as they go live, everyone is buying and they're selling, and they walk out with, $10,000, $20,000, $50,000, maybe six figures in their pocket. But I think we have more of a long-term goal, and we're just trying to do the right thing. So I didn't feel comfortable with the pre-sale because there may have been something that it offered that I wasn't aware of, but those were the options that I saw were the viable options for why we would have done a pre-sale.
Yeah, and I want you guys to understand, I'm not asking these questions because I don't know the answer to them. I'm being facetious in all these questions, meaning that I know the answer. And when I talk to Mike, you guys got to understand from my position and my background, I was hitting them hard on why should we even do this. But when it came down, because I knew the reasons of wanting to help people, but not the reasons of, I understand how people think. I understand that people who are in pain will always reflect that pain or that negativity onto what you're doing if they don't buy into the system. And that's why when I finally bought in, I thought, let's go get ambassadors. The reason being is because if we get a lot of amazing people to show how extraordinary this project is, then you don't have to sit up there and try to sell it. You know, people just come in organically. So, but you know, one of the things that really impressed me about Mike, even as I'm asking these questions, is that these are conversations that we were going back, and he's like, look, I don't worry about a pre-sale. If I have to put in tens of thousands of dollars every week, I'll do that. I don't need the pre-sale money. And that was very, very impressive to me. So as I'm asking these questions, because you guys out there listening and watching don't know Mike like I do, and it was one of the deciding factors of understanding that we have somebody solid behind this whole ordeal. What is your opinion about tokenomics of the meme culture? Why are we not following their lead?
Oh my goodness. Well, you know, we talked to a lot of people, James, when we tried to establish this coin, and we're trying to figure out what the best approach is, or if it's even worth doing.
Right.
And we got a lot of suggestions on what we should do and how we should do it. And what we realized is in the majority of meme launches, they're just doing whatever it takes to make the optics look a certain way in order for, and you know, I'm not calling anybody out, in order for it to look investable. But the truth in the matter, and it is my background as being a businessman, is when you're first starting out, you're starting from scratch. You're starting from the beginning. You're trying to build something up. It's unfortunate that a lot of memes are trying to establish themselves on the first day as the biggest, best, brightest thing in the world, but that's just not the case. You have to build a foundation. You build the foundation up first, and you're in for the long haul. It's strange because there's a lot of memes out there that people would consider very successful because they were around for a few months, and you hear the story of the calculation of if you bought it at the bottom and if you sold at the very top, what you would have made. But they never talk about the stories of all the people in between that just got dumped on and lost all types of money. And it's, in my opinion, it's not a success to have a meme coin that lasts for 3 months or 6 months, and you get a few success stories where 80, 90, 95% of the people ended up losing money and are too ashamed to even talk about it. So with our situation with tokenomics, James, we're really straightforward. I don't know of any business that allows themselves to put out all of their value into the community. They don't have any ability to coordinate it, guide it, structure it whatsoever, and then still have a plan behind the business. It makes no sense. When you see companies that do, you hear, maybe I'll use Apple as an example. You hear about them doing a big buyback, and that's a great thing because you know that they're going to get the assets back, and then they have the ability to go in a lot of different directions with the value and the resources that they have. Our ultimate goal is to try to get on a major exchange. That is what our goal is. And in order to do that, you need capital. Do I mean cash? No, I mean tokenomics. We need the tokens to be able to give the exchanges when we get ourselves in the right situation to be able to offer them. So they can want up to 50% of the tokens. How do you give a major exchange 50% of your tokens if you no longer have them? If you've given them all out on the first day to let the community run with them high, low, and just go crazy like, you know, chaos, and what's the plan there? So, you know, that kind of tokenomics. I mean, if you look at our tokenomics, it's real simple. We have a major wallet for liquidity, which we will continue to add to liquidity, and we have 2 wallets that are set aside to possibly get on a major exchange. It's no secrets. It's nothing to hide. We don't have any smoke and mirrors. I mean, go on Base Chain and look it up. If you see weird things happening with those wallets, then call us out on it. But other than that, they're there for the goal of being successful in the future and getting onto a major exchange. So all the people that have started with us can end up where we're all laughing at our meme together. That's basically bottom line.
Yeah, and I love that part of it, because there was a lot of discussion back and forth about the tokenomics and how many coins would we start with. And then, you know, Mike is one of those guys who very urgent and urgent, meaning that he wants all the right information. And so what he came back with is understanding that a lot of times, like he said, these exchanges want half your tokens. So we thought, okay, how would we only create this many and then have to give away half of them to exchanges? So we did everything. And one of the things I'll say, guys, is this is being ran like a business and not like a meme. Not like a couple kids or a couple young guys that's just trying to figure out how to put a couple dollars so we can go get a car. And we have all those things. We've had all those things for many years. So this is not about that. We're very established in our communities. We're established as businessmen and in the crypto space, and with these friendships of the people that you see here. So this is all a validation call of why this thing is going to be successful. And one of the things that really gave me that comfort is the fact that we agreed to run it like a business in every aspect. So many times people want to look at the end result. They don't realize all the things in the middle that it takes to be successful. Because one of the things we were looking at is, how did Doge make it? How did Shiba make it? How did Pepe make it? Right? How do you get in the top 100? How did Brit come out of nowhere and go into it? So we're looking at all those things and making sure that we're putting ourselves in the best position to have that type of success, not by chance or not by luck, but because of the things that we're doing day to day. Do you think it's important to attract whales to this, as investors in our project? And why is that a good or a bad thing?
Well, I mean, whales are very important, but they're scary at the same time, because everybody wants to put themselves in the position to be a whale in a project. Why? That's because you have the control over what's going to happen with the price, either high or low. What we did with our tokenomics is we are rationing out supply to try to maintain the integrity of the actual project. So basically what it is we'll ration out a little at a time, so that if whales want to be part of this project, then they have to accumulate over time. They can't accumulate at one particular price and wait for it to go up 20% or 100%, 200% and dump all their coins. They have to accumulate over time. And the algorithm at Uniswap allows that to happen by structuring it in a way where you get penalized for buying too much at one time. I don't know if anybody's went on and tried to buy 3,000 or 5,000 and it'll say it's a 17% discount or something to that sort. So you have to buy a little bit at a time. Of course, we want whales, but we want to build the foundation first so that we keep the integrity of the community together. Right. So in the future, as we build liquidity, as we build community, as we get to those points where we're potentially getting on major exchanges, then we welcome the whales, and we also welcome the whales right now if they're willing to accumulate and not take control over our project that we're trying to consider our community with.
That's right. Yeah, I love it. Great answer. Should someone, in your opinion, trust this project?
That reminds me of Frankie the other day. He gave an answer about what he loved about our project. And it was funny to me because in his answer, he didn't realize that part of his trust came through, through the time and the interactions that he's had with me and that he's had with you. But I don't think that trust is something that you just give anybody. I think trust is earned. And I think that that's why we want to be out here and we want to answer tough questions and we want to kind of put ourselves in the forefront, because why invest in our meme coin, our joke coin? Why is ours the one that you want to come and put your money in? It's because of the consistency you'll see. And at this point, like I said, 90% of memes fail in the first 48 hours. Well, I can say at this point, we've been past 48 hours. We may be 6 days in, and not one person has lost value on their investment. Why? Because we've gotten people that believe in the project to invest in it. We don't have the fly-by-night people. Go over to Dex Tools and look at our charts. No one has sold. Zero. Unless you want to count the bots that James and I are trying to figure out, how does this work, where there's a bot that sold 0.006% of a penny or 3 cents of a penny. There have been no other sales on the platform whatsoever. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for that kind of, if you want to call it a meme, let's call it that roaring kitty, GameStop, hold till we drop type of mentality. That's what we want. We want people that are in for the long haul. So I'm looking forward to this ride, and I think it's going to be great for all of us.
Before we get into the last question, I want to open up to our ambassadors, because I do have a last question here. Actually, we have two questions here, but I want to open up to the ambassador, because here's one of the things for me. I know that a lot of times it's like a scratcher, right? It's like rolling the dice. You hope that no one knew. I mean, it's so easy to go back and look at Shiba now and Doge now, guys, right? No one knew that. And the reason that we didn't know in that moment, because I wasn't willing to put $1,000 into Doge at the time because of what I read on the website, right? No one knew who it was. No one knew what was going on. It was a joke. And even with Shiba, was I going to put 10,000 to a copycat, right? And so it's easy to go back and look at things now and go, oh man, I should have, could have, would have, right? I wish I would have. But I think that's what we're trying to do now, is we're trying to establish ourselves as a community, with our community and with this ambassador team and the things that we're putting in place, so that people can make a smart decision and know that this is going to be around. I want to open up to the ambassadors, just your feelings on what you've heard thus far. Not necessarily a question for Mike, but just your feelings on what you've seen. Why you're excited about Shakaka? I don't know if I've heard anybody say that specifically. And why are you here today? Anybody wants to jump in? We'll take a few responses before we go back to Mike for the last two questions.
Well, for me, I'm going to just tell you right off the top, it's the team. Anytime I evaluate a crypto project, I go through the 5 factors, and the number one is the team. And then the other things are like tokenomics, community, and basically, though, the team is right at the top. I trust you, and I trust the community. Like you said, no one is sold. I'm applauding that. You know what I mean? People call them Jeets. When they get in and get out. There's been 1 million meme coins made in the last 2 months, literally just on Solana, and in 48 hours, we're talking 48 minutes. You guys, I mean, they're in and out really on pump.fun. It's no joke. Yeah. This is different. Let's call it on base. Folks don't know that. But, this is something that people are looking to be in it for the long term. So that's why I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Cash, as well. Very well said. Anybody else?
Yeah, right on.
That's
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Navigator.
Okay. I didn't realize my mic was muted earlier. I got in on Shiba, thinking the same thing, James, exactly what you said. Who wants to throw $1,000 on something you really don't know is actually going to make it? What's the community behind it? All those things when you first get into crypto. I did make really good money, so it got me focused on the potential, not just the potential after that, though, just of profit, but what it actually does. Utility. What is the value of it? Can it do something in the future? All these things after you make money when you're in these type of markets, in a bear market, these teach you the fundamentals. These are the learning lessons that we're all learning kind of like right now. And what's really important, that's why I'm really excited. I'm excited about something that can actually grow into something as a community. If the community gets behind it, I've seen this community. I've been in these communities for most of the people that are in the chat and stuff. I see all the names for 4 years. So I know the people behind the project. That's what excites me the most. It can grow to whatever we make it. You know, we don't have 40, 50 people that are whales in the background buying this coin at the very first start. Like you were saying, Mike, I love that, because that was my fear when I first like wanted to be a part of this. You know, it's like somebody could come in and buy up the supply and just sell it on us. No, that's not what this is. And I'm excited about not only where it's going to go, but, you know, also the potential, you know, like Sheba had bone afterwards. What's next if it does, you know, continue to go for, let's say, a year or even through the whole bear market, let's say, you know?
Yeah.
So thank you for even putting the faith in it, Mike, for believing in something. You know, this is something we can even give back to the community at large when we do profit. You know, I think, you know, James was talking a little bit about that and stuff. And I see your heart, Mike, and I see James's heart, because I know you guys. I've met you guys in person. So I see where you guys are more than likely going to take it. And man, I'm just excited at how far it can actually go. So thanks
Absolutely.
for letting me be a part of it and what I can bring to the community and the blessing that I can share with anybody. So
appreciate it, sir. Appreciate it very much. And I see we have Michael Griff, who I'll let him, we'll back up a little bit. If you don't mind, just talking a little bit about yourself, Griff, who you are, how long you've been in the space, and why you're excited about this whole Shakaka thing that we're doing. Go ahead.
Hey, James. Good afternoon, everyone. Shakaka. Love this organization. Love this coin. Just a little bit about myself. James and I, we go back way back. Myself and Anthony and Optimus, we all got together in another chat group with CKJ, where we got to really understand the crypto. I've been in this business since around 2018, 2019. And by trade, I'm a U.S. Army Ranger, retired veteran, and I love crypto. What I really got to understand actually what crypto was about, and the first token that I bought was XRP, because I went in and actually looked at the tokenomics of it and its ability to replace Swift. I understood the decentralized of just, you know, money within itself. My background, also I own my own business at an ATM company, and also I also work for the federal government. So my visibility is not as much as James would like sometimes, because of the schedule that I do work. But as far as for being a part of this program, and you know, good afternoon to all the other ambassadors, man. Just being able to be a part with you guys is great. First and foremost, just to be able to be a part of a launch of a coin, I think is phenomenal, because if you look at it from all the dynamic backgrounds of everyone, they have so many different intricate ideas that you can actually pour into this coin. We can make it to be anything that you desire to be, and you can easily build on top of that. And like I said earlier to James, this could be a coin that could be something that you could give back to the military as a token of appreciation, or there's a lot of ministry programs that you can associate this program and this token with. There's just so many dynamic things that you can do with it. So I'm really excited about when James asks, you know, if we really like to be an ambassador of this tokenomics, and him, like myself and a couple of other friends and stuff, we've seen so many, tokens get rug pulled. So many people got wrecked in the, to include ourselves, got wrecked into the industry, and we didn't think it was fair. So, you know, to have Shakaka be a token that can be the bear and the foundation of what's right. And I think Michael talked about that, just doing it right and giving that as a frame of reference. I think that will be a phenomenal thing. And now that gives everybody an understanding that not all tokens are built the same. And I expect this token to be that token to show that we can do it right. So again, it's great. James, thanks for having me out here. Sorry for coming in so late. I love a lot of the things that I've been hearing, and I'm really excited to be a part of this token. And for all the community members who are out there, invest in the program, stand behind it. Look at the XRP community. They're large, they're big. They help XRP out of litigation, but this coin can also do just the same, because the dynamics of the people that are involved in this project is just great. So James, thank you, sir, and I look forward to doing whatever I can to help you and the team of Mike let this business grow. Let's go get it. Shakaka.
Let me say this, man. You guys don't understand. You know, Griff really quickly said who he is, and for, I don't know, the years that we've known each other, he would never come on live to my Crypto for Life platform because of his government classification and his reluctancy to be to show his face. So it means a lot that you showed your face today. The only time you've done it since I've had a show and since I've been a part of anything, and that makes me feel great. But one of the reasons that I brought you on board was because of your credibility, because you're a no nonsense guy. Your name is everything. Your reputation is everything, and that means the world to me. So you add so much value to who we are as ambassadors, and I definitely appreciate you being on here as well. Addison,
Thanks, sir.
I'll have you say hello real quick. I know you've done some things in the crypto space. You've been in probably for some months now. Ryan, that's Ryan's son. We won't get too much into your background with memes, but just if you don't mind talking about why you're excited specifically about Shakaka.
Yeah, man. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, sir. I sure can, Addison.
Yeah, no, I mean, Shakaka is just, it just has so much potential. I'm excited about it for a couple of reasons, specifically because of the people that are behind it, with James, with all these guys up here, it's just a different level of transparency, and a different sort of team you see out there with a lot of these meme coins. And a lot of these meme coins, like they were saying earlier, you don't know who's behind it. It's just a person behind a wallet behind the screen, and there's just such a lack of trust and transparency and everything. And especially with this coin, you're coming up here on a live, for example, right now, and you're seeing all of our cases. You're getting our background, you're getting our backstory, all that stuff, So I think just the safety and security, and then, just all the transparency and constantly knowing what's going on behind the scenes, that's just really one of the biggest factors here. We're in a space where there's just so much, BS all the time, that to be in something like this, that's what excites me the most.
Now, let me add to who this guy is, because I hope you ambassadors are going to appreciate this. Addison and Ryan flew out to my house some months ago. Addison was not into crypto. Addison came out here for stop me if I'm wrong, Ryan, for a convention for a solar convention. And they came to my home, we talked, and he started finding out what I was involved in. Addison went back home and said, screw solar, and decided to put his head down in crypto. That was how many months ago, Ryan?
We were out there 8 months ago, and then it took him a month or two before probably January, February is when he really got serious.
Okay. So he took $1,000 and turned that into over $300,000 since then. The kid is freaking just a bona fide genius. I'm Uncle James, so I'm super proud of him. Brian's like a brother to me. So that I'm like a proud uncle to hear that he did that. Ryan was giving me updates along the way. And this guy is like an 18-year-old version of Mike. Brilliant, smart, does his research. He's an ambassador on the team, an 18-year-old ambassador that knows what the hell he's doing, and he's doing this. He said, "Man, I'd be happy to be on the team." So I wanted to have the dynamic from all walks of life, whether it's from a guy in the government to an ex-pro ball player to a business guy to a young kid that's made hundreds of thousands of dollars a month in this space. And so I'm really excited to have him on board. His knowledge, me and Mike got on a call with me, and we were floored. And I know this space very well, but the fact that he's focused on a specific part of it, which is the meme industry, and he's really been able to master his position in that. So Addison, we'll appreciate you, brother. Much love for coming on. Definitely appreciate you being here.
Happy to be here. Thank you.
So let me get into the last two questions, if you guys on my mind with Mike. And accidentally just lost my place here. So let me find that real quick. My apologies here. Anybody else want to add any value before I go to the last question with Mike? Anybody?
I was just going to say.
Yeah, James, if you don't mind.
Oh, go ahead. You go ahead. You go ahead, Frankie. You go ahead.
All right. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know how many people have experience with memes or even researching cryptos, just to kind of echo some of the things that I said on the Friday show and some of the ambassadors have said today. You do have one of the things you want to look for is a docs team. You want the team to be able, to research these people. Who are these individuals, right? And then, the team behind this and the developer are successful individuals who don't need this project to be successful to continue on being successful in life, right? They very much want this to be successful for the community, right? So they're putting the community first. They're putting their faith in us as a team, as an ambassador team, right? So, and they have a long-term outlook. That's just very rare, right? I mean, people are joking around the memes being around for 48 hours, 3 days. I've seen it. I got into pre-sale, got rugged. I got into a soul meme recently and was successful with that. So but I haven't come across something like this. Granted, it is a shit coin. It's a parody on meme coins. Literally Shakaka. So, but really just kind of take in what people are saying here. There's a lot of experience. There's a lot of knowledge. Really explore this opportunity, and ultimately, it is a shit coin. But if you get in early, you can increase the amount of exits you can get on this project, right? So, like Mike said, and James said, there hasn't been any selling pressure, and that's rare to see it. 6 days in now? You just don't come
Yeah.
across that.
Yeah, and I think a lot of us understand the comment of shit coins, and that's like you said, you get in there, you hope you do something. I want it just to be so much more than that, and so if we can bet on shit, we can definitely bet on ourselves, which is Shakaka, and that was the whole reason that it made sense to me. With having a meme, but a meme with a purpose, and so Dave, go ahead, brother.
I was gonna say, I got rugged and scammed on my last token, lost a bunch. I was real discouraged in crypto in general. But then 6-8 told me about this, and I was like, oh, it sounds pretty good. Got pretty excited, told James I would just, be a part of whatever project he started. But then I talked to Mike, and I was like, dude, this guy's the real deal. And I started getting really excited about crypto again.
Yeah.
And I actually was really excited that there wasn't a pre-sale and that he dumped in a bunch of liquidity, right off the bat, because from what I've seen from pre-sales, usually there's like a benefit like 10% or something, and then people just immediately start dumping as soon as that coin launches. So I'm pretty happy with the way Mike launched it.
I love it. Now I want to ask this. We haven't went full throttle in marketing yet. We were supposed to launch Friday at 12:01 a.m. We decided to launch Wednesday just for our community without any marketing, without any promotions. We quickly looked up and saw that right now we're just over 16 million in market cap. If you don't mind, Mike, are there any do's and don'ts of marketing you prefer?
Well, I just think that as far as marketing, the main goal should be community growth. I mean, if we grow this organically, we're going to be growing it the right way. I would love, and I'm only one person in this community, but I would love to just have that. It's a meme, so I would love to have that roaring kitty mindset where we're just all holding and in for the long haul, and basically have a meme that oddly we're looking at as meme stored value, something to that extent. And in addition, and I may be overruled on this, but I really would prefer not to be in a position where we're shilling our coin and paying influencers to shill our coin, because there's a saying that you have, James, where you say, don't sacrifice integrity for growth. Right. And I hear that from you, and I listen to you. And whenever there's this inkling of greed that may kick into anyone's mindset in this community, you're there to remind them that there's standards to how we should live and how we should grow through our financial through our financial lives. So we don't want to get to a place and realize that we've given up all of our how should I say it? Everything that was important to us, we left it on the wayside just for the financial possibilities that were promised to us if we, sacrifice our integrity. So I don't want to shield. I just want us to grow. I want us to hold. I want us to look at each other and use each other, like Crypto Navigator said, as comfort in understanding that there's going to be growing pains. There's going to be good times. There's going to be bad times. There may be a time where we look up and somebody got a decent position, is sold off, but we're going to build it back up. And that hasn't been the case at this point. So hopefully we'll just continue to stay the course.
I think the growth will come as we continue in our pursuit of getting on exchanges. That's something that's very important to me and you. Yeah. We've talked about that. I said I want that to be one of our main focuses once we get going, to be able to, much like Ripple, as they, reinvest in themselves. A lot of times, they're selling. What they're actually doing is they're making certain business moves and then reinvesting back into the company. So we want to have that growth and get on exchanges over time and let this thing grow organically. We both talked about, we know at some point we're going to get whales. We know at some point there's going to be people who come in and, take this thing and see the value for what it is. But I think the way that we're doing it is probably the smartest way. And I feel really good about everything that we're doing. Anybody else want to have any comments before we get out of here, or anything that you guys want to add? We're just over an hour. I want to say thank you guys all for being on. I see some people in the comments right now that are asking how to buy this, and can we do a video on how to buy it? And I think we can do something like that. You can actually go into our Telegram and I think there's some things that we put together as far as some videos that we've put in there that you guys can go and see how to, acquire this. And even though up to this point we've been on MetaMask, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Crypto OG that went and purchased Shakaka through his Coinbase wallet. Has anybody else used any other platforms besides MetaMask to acquire?
I haven't.
Yeah. So Crypto OG, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's still in the group. He said he actually did it through his Coinbase wallet. So he was able to bridge and then copy in the Shakaka coin address. So, but also with that, I want to take a moment to say thank you to some very special people. I want to say thank you to JC. Who's been literally busting his butt, man. I mean, this guy every single day. I don't know if you guys are looking in the Telegram and looking at the Twitter, but this guy is just on another level. And I can't thank him enough. Me and Mike were talking about him today. I want to thank Dave Adams and Josh for putting together our merch store and for running the meme contest. So thank you so much, Dave, for that. And make sure you tell Josh, who's in the chat now, thank you as well. Just means the world to us, man, to go above and beyond. And then also I want to thank Crypto OG. He saw our website, which was pretty good. I mean, Mike has been juggling 10 different things at one time. I mean, to the point we kind of laughed today, and I guess maybe I'm too honest. Maybe I'm too honest, Mike. Maybe I shouldn't say this, but I called Mike this morning. I said, I've been so busy on the phone that my wife has been in the other room for 3 days, right? Because I just won't shut off and that's just, and I'm laughing, but that's been our level of commitment, literally, where I had to sit down and take my wife on the date night because I've been ignoring her since I got in this thing. And it's just, that's how committed we are. Mike has been neglecting his car lots here, and he's got 3 of them here in Vegas. He's been neglecting his other businesses, and he goes, man, James, I've been neglecting my family. And so it's not a bad thing. We're like 2 50-something-year-old kids who are now back in our 20s, just having a ball, having fun because we've made it. We've done a lot of things that a lot of people, and we're trying to turn around and help other people get there. And so we're like 2 kids that have found a way to help and give back. And I just, I was telling, I think it was Mike or one of you guys, I was talking, I said, I can't teach someone how to be 6'8" and dunk a basketball. I can't teach someone how to be incredible and as sexy as Dave Adams. I can't teach someone to be as brilliant as Mike Owens. I can't teach somebody how to barbecue like Frankie Legend, or to rap like Cassius Couvé, or to holistically fight cancer like Ryan, or just be freaking brilliant like Optimistic Prime, or be the man of all men's like Griff here. And so at the end of the day, what I love about crypto is no matter what your skill set is, it gives everyone the fairest form of, in my opinion, capitalism, the opportunity to do great things, the opportunity to dream. And so to me, Shakaka is a representation, I said it a million times, is for us, by us. It's a meme coin. I like how Mike said this in the beginning. He goes, I want to create a meme coin for the sophisticated investor. I said, what is that? And so that really meant a lot to me, to create something that actually means something that we care about. We care about each other, and we want this thing to be around. And I love, Frankie, you left this part out when we were on that ambassador call, and Mike said, all the things I had to learn about crypto, the only thing I haven't learned is how to pull the money out, because I'm not worried about that aspect of it until 3 to 4 years. And that just meant the world to me. And hopefully it means the world to you guys that are listening, and for those of you guys that are on this call today. Anybody else want to give any final words about why you're excited before we get up out of here?
Well, I just want to say, first of all, anybody watching this right now, make a post about Shakaka on Twitter, tag your boy Cassius Couvé, and follow me. I will follow you back. So anytime you post about Shakaka, anybody on this call, anybody watching, tag your boy Cassius Couvé, just like it sounds, and I'm gonna follow you back and retweet it. Let's get
I want to give everybody else opportunity. So final thoughts. Anybody before we get out of here, just final thoughts, 60 seconds, whatever you want to take. Go ahead.
Make sure to go buy your merch. Mine's showing up here in a couple days. I'll be posting every morning. I drink my coffee. I'll post my Shakaka mug.
I love it.
And don't forget to have fun. That's most important. Have fun.
That's right.
Hey, Griff, you took the words out of my mouth. I mean, we're trying to build character, integrity, and have people trust in who we are here. But the bottom line is, it's a meme. And then after we do that, and people start to realize that we're committed, we're here, we're not going anywhere, let's just have fun with it. I mean, you guys see the meme. I mean, it's ridiculous. So let's have fun with it, enjoy, and get some laughter out of this.
But you know, Mike, you might think it's just a joke, but this thing is going to get serious because I could just see stickers just like Dogecoin. You just see memes. What the heck is this Shakaka coin? You just see stickers just everywhere. Trust me, this thing is. I have an impression this thing is going to be much bigger than you think.
I agree. You know,
watch out on that.
I agree with you, Griff. I think Mike is one of those people that likes to give low expectations so that when great things happen, it's not a shock to anyone. You got to understand they all started as a joke until they weren't. And so there's some things that we're not going to talk about, but our world and our reach is very big. And, you know, Mike and I are doing this movie. Part of what we're trying to do right now is implement our coin into that world with celebrities and other people like that. But again, right now we're just, and all that is still part of having fun with this incredible journey of Shakaka coin. So with that being said, guys, if you're interested, go over to our shakakacoin.com. You can go to Telegram, is at Shakaka coin. You can go over to X, which is also at Shakaka coin, or also you can go to our Crypto for Life page and see everything as far as links and all the information about Shakaka coin as well. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Thank you so much for listening to our community that are out there that's live to now the almost 800 people that are on X and on YouTube. We appreciate you guys very much. Join our family for us, by us. We definitely welcome you. Thank you guys so much for being here, and we'll see you guys on the next call. With all that being said, guys, appreciate you, love you, and until next time, it's your boy James, aka Six8Jay, and the ambassador of Shakaka. Peace.